Since we have Star Wars Battlefront 2 coming up, I am currently working on a History of Star Wars Battlefront video, and to make that video not too long, I will move a specific part of the game development into separate videos. And since we are here on the ESCalation channel, what other than cut content could it be? So welcome to the cut content of Star Wars Battlefront. We will begin with some cut content from the very first Battlefront game ever released. This first Battlefront was a major success for the developer, even though the gameplay was very basic, focused on multiplayer and limited to ground battles and only saw one game mode. Over the course of the development, various changes have been made to the game. For example, here we see an early HUD design that was later changed to a more streamlined design. But let us begin with maps. The Naboo Theed map is one of the most iconic Star Wars Battlefront maps. It is included in Star Wars Battlefront 2 as well as in the new Star Wars Battlefront 2. Of course, the new Star Wars Battlefront 2 sees this map vastly expanded and way more closer to the actual movie design. A map in that scale was simply impossible back in 2004. But when looking at early gameplay footage, we notice a very different version of Theed than the one in the final version. This map appears to be much bigger and includes big stairways, bridges, and open areas that more closely resemble places from the movies. I'm not saying that the final Theed map is bad, this one just appears to be a bit bigger and a bit closer to the movie version of Theed. Judging by the units visible, we are seeing gameplay that comes from the second history campaign mission. Or in this version of the map, the Naboo security forces were to fight alongside the clone troopers. Or at least their vehicles were available in regular multiplayer and instant action games. In the release version of the first Battlefront game, the Naboo security forces vehicles are only available in the second campaign mission. The Naboo security force itself, just like the Gungans, are not playable in any way, with of course mods adding an exception here. A similar novelty is the B-1 battle droid, only available in the battle against the Gungans and the Naboo security forces. In all other campaign missions and instant action battles, they are replaced by the B-2 super battle droid. By the way, the B-1 droid, and by that I mean the class equipped with a normal blaster, not sniper or rocket launcher, it seems to be making a comeback in the new Star Wars Battlefront 2. And now onwards to the next map. The Kamino Topical city map was originally to feature aerial vehicles as well as anti-aircraft guns. Sadly, we never got to play this version of the map, but I managed to dig up some screenshots and a few seconds of gameplay footage. The first screenshot is of a burning LAAT being engaged by a battle droid, and the second screenshot shows a battle between Republic and droid starfighters. And the last screenshot comes from this little video. Reportedly, they cut this feature because this would have made the map too similar to the Bespin Platforms map, one of my personal Battlefront all-time favorites and the first Battlefront's only real dogfight map. A small map change I also noticed is that they moved this command post on the Cloud City map. Not a significant change, but I thought while we're at the topic, why not mention it. And the last map change I know about, apart from changing the colors of the command posts from blue to green and then back to blue in Battlefront 2, are the traps on the Endor bunker map. The traps are one of the most iconic things from the Battle of Endor, apart from of course an organized military being overwhelmed by Ewoks. But back to the traps. Some have made it into the final version of the game, and they more or less work. However, the one with the rolling logs was cut, probably due to difficulties implementing the necessary script sequences into a multiplayer experience. Here we can see it in an early version of Battlefront 1. Please note the different HUD and also the different rocket launcher. If this trap would have worked out, it would have been pretty cool to see in the final version, because it appears to be more effective than the ones we currently have in the game, because they can be easily avoided. And apart from that, they are often just triggered too late or too early. And now moving away from maps, the last topic for today, skins and cut classes. In the two Star Wars Battlefront trailers from 2004 we can see blue jet troopers. For the final release, the color has been changed to green. Similarly, in some preview material we can see clone snipers with black markings. Furthermore, we can notice clones with yellow markings. This, however, is not simply a skin or a clone pilot, this was to be a separate class, the officer or commander. Every faction was to get a commander class, a concept that was cut, though it was later implemented in Star Wars Battlefront 2. The original model for the Imperial Commander or Imperial Officer for Star Wars Battlefront 1 can be seen during a loading screen while installing the game. The curious thing is the fact that he apparently is equipped with a blaster rifle commonly used by the Rebel Alliance. The weapons that the commanders were supposed to have are unclear except for the clone commander, whose sidearm can be seen in a screenshot, a DC-15S. Another interesting case is this: a red ARC trooper armed with what appears to be a blaster rifle. The ARC trooper in the final version is blue and was relegated to the rocket launcher guy. So it is unclear if the red ARC trooper is simply a cut skin or a cut character class. I hope you enjoyed the first episode of the cut content of Star Wars Battlefront. Have you played the first Battlefront? Would you have liked to see any of the discussed things in the game? Tell us in the comment section down below. In the next episode we are going to take a look at the cut vehicles from Star Wars Battlefront 1, and then move on to Star Wars Battlefront 2 and so on. So, see you guys next time. Till then, maybe take a look at the cut content of Counter-Strike series or our classic review of Star Wars Bounty Hunter. Have a nice day, and as always, goodbye and guten Tag.